A little target practice. Well, I take it for granted that you're all here because you want to be detectives, and that your time is short, so we will make it as brief as possible. Now, first, in order to be a detective, it's necessary to have somebody to detect. Otherwise, you're left playing the game alone. For this reason, it's necessary to recognize criminal types when you see them. And so, tonight, we're starting in by taking up the different criminal types. Now, if you will come with me into the laboratory, we can get right down to brass tacks. Or maybe I should say down to brass knuckles. Down to brass knuckles. Now, with the spread of education, more complicated types have arisen, and I have here some photographs of the more highly strung type of criminal which you must be on the lookout for. Now, in order to make things easier, I'm going to ask Mr. Kavondlik if he will make a composite picture of the complete criminal. Mr. Kavondlik, would you mind copying these facial characteristics onto the board as I give them to you?
Certainly.
I will indicate the features to be copied. Now, here we have... Here we have Dr. William Grovedigger, who was known as Dr. Death because he used to stand and shoot at his patients as they came in the doorway for consultation. He sometimes bagged as many as 15 or 20 a day in the season. Now, you'll notice that Dr. Grovedigger here has the high forehead of the neocephalic type. And I'm going to ask Mr. Gazunlik if you'll put Dr. Grovedigger's forehead into the drawing. Thank you.
Gladly.
Now, here is a type which is very common in all criminal classes, the neo-eurythmic or vanishing chin type. This man set fire to his own house while he himself was in it, just for the pleasure of watching it burn, which is certainly arson for arson's sake. You'll put this gentleman in, please, and no chin. Now, here is a man who was known as Darwin the Beaver, who went in for safe cracking on a rather extensive scale. He blew the front door off the Bank of England. And we'll put Darwin's nose in, if you please. Thank you very much. Now, if Mr. Gazundlik is doing his duty well here, we should have in this combination of pictures a composite picture of the perfect type of arch criminal. Have you anything to show us, Mr. Gazundlik? Here you are. The perfect type of arch criminal, ladies and gentlemen. We've just seen how certain types of bone formation and skull formation indicate certain criminal tendencies. Of course, with certain allowances for a coincidence like that. But I think we may safely say that when you encounter the neocephalic type of forehead, you may look for criminal tendencies. When you encounter the subeurythmic type of chin, you may look for criminal tendencies of the... No, I was right in the first place. When you encounter the neocephalic forehead, the neocephalic forehead is more or less the same as the subeurythmic chin, except, of course, it's a forehead, not a chin. At any rate, they both indicate something. I'm sure. Oh, here, the neo-eurythmic or forehead type of chin... forehead type of chin. I must be crazy. You will know you're dealing with a criminal of some sort. Now, the next thing to do is to find the criminal. And you'd think with all the criminals there are around that would be a rather easy thing to do. But you can't... It's probably for me. Hello? Yes? Yes? We're in luck. Some criminals. Now, let me get this straight now. They've been threatened, or you've been threatened. And they're coming to get you at midnight. Uh-huh. Well, don't worry. Now, don't worry. I'll be right over. Just you sit tight. I said sit tight. Never mind. I'll tell you when I get there. See you right away. Hey, just a minute. Where do you live? 14 Grammary Drive. Okay. I have to think of everything. Well, it looks as if we get some action now in just a few minutes. Can hardly wait.
But they said they were coming for me at 12 sharp.
That gives us just 9 minutes to spare. Now, you run along and come back at 12:15 with 2 policemen. You must keep this thing legal, you know.
But what about you? They'll be here at 12.
I'll be here at 12, too, my man. Now, run along. Remember, back at 12:15.
Oh, dear. This is terrible. I'm so nervous.
Lights out, please.
There's nobody here.
He's probably taken them single-handed to the police station. Come on, let's follow him.
Well, we can't have everything turn out just as we want it. That's part of the fun of being a detective. You never know quite how things are coming out. Now, the next problem is getting a confession. Let us say, this time from a suspect that has been brought in by somebody else. Now, this getting a confession is known as a third degree. Tick, tock, 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 tick, tock. So you won't crack, eh, McNulty? Better talk. We got the goods on you.
Gee, Cap, I can't think of a thing to say.
Oh, you can't, eh? Well, maybe we can refresh your memory. Where were you on the night of Friday the 13th?
Friday was the 14th, wasn't it?
Yeah, sure. Well, where were you on the night of Friday the 14th?
You still ain't got that quite right, Cap. You're supposed to say, where were you on the night of Friday the 14th between the hours of 8 and 12?
Well, I was at home, I guess. Oh, hell with me, McNulty. You're dealing with the law now. Where were you?
I was at Pointine Bacchanal Boylesque.
Oh, you were at a boylesque show, eh? All that time?
Yeah, I seen it twice.
Aha, McNulty. I got you now. Just tell me what was in that show. One down front, please. We will skip over the actual trial and conviction of the criminal, as those are matters which come under the jurisdiction of the district attorney's office. It is, however, a matter of pride to the real detective to be in at the final incarceration of his prisoner, and to have a personal hand in putting him in jail, a very proud moment for everyone concerned. No hard feelings, buddy. You just got the bad breaks, that's all. Won't be so bad in there, you know. I'll bet you even like it. Well, in you go. And thus we see that crime does not pay.